Well, we're not going to put up with this. He needs to be arrested immediately. And it's time for these terrorists to be brought to justice. This vicious, unprecedented 1939-style intimidation, the exact same kind of stuff they did in Germany to shut up the opposition. This is pure evil, and we're only going to the next level. You threaten my family, it's been happening. Threaten my wife, you bastards. Listen. I don't know about you, but down here in Texas, folks, my family didn't fight at San Jacinto and didn't raise Colonel Travis's son and didn't go through everything we went through to be a bunch of cowards. And Americans aren't made of cowardly stuff. You've mesmerized us. You've got us into your false left-right paradigm. You put everybody to sleep, but they're waking up now. And people don't like it. They don't like your tyranny. They're not scared of you. We're still made of the right stuff, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to go to prison, all of you. People have to get behind you, Mark, and us like never before. These sudden threats, these, saying we should all go to FEMA camps, be tortured to death on MSNBC, on CNN, on Fox, saying we're criminals, we need to be arrested. I mean, we're hurting them. Make no mistake, listeners, it's you doing it, getting the word out. They're getting desperate. Mark Dice, your take on that?
You can hear the anger and the hatred in his voice, and everybody knows this.
And that's because they know that we know that the globalists did 9/11, and they've been defending this system, and they're getting scared they're going to go to prison.
I was on the biggest talk show in Los Angeles, KFI 640, yesterday with Bill Handel, and he knew and he acknowledged that a third of the American people believe 9/11 is an inside job. At least that's a third.
So we should all be shot, though. 36% of us believe total inside job. 84%, Angus and Reed, New York Times poll, believe they may have carried it out. 84% of us need to be killed. Well, there's a lot of weak-minded nutcases that love the New World Order, and they may kill you. I mean, they may take a shot at you, Mark, and then that son of a bitch is definitely going to go to prison.
And not only that, he wants to pay for the bullet too. And
he is calling for murder. He contracted murder on air, and we got the whole tape. He didn't say it was a joke. He solicited murder. He solicited premeditated capital murder. I hope you put that in your press release. That in fact, that's a headline we should have at Infowars.com. I know there's some stories Kurt Nemo's already gotten up there, but Michael Reagan, son of the president, contracts for murder on air. He was serious. He called for your murder 3 separate times and offered to pay for it.
Yeah, now there's another talk show host I'm not going to name that has called for the murder of judges in the past, and people have his listeners have went out and murdered them. This is very serious, which is why I contacted the FBI, and we're going to do everything that we can to take all the legal recourse against this. This is very sad, very shocking. They've crossed a new line here now, and
no, they're desperate. I mean, my family's getting threats after they tried to call my wife as I was leaving Bilderberg and said that I'd gotten a woman pregnant, and of course was made up to freak her out. Then stuff about burning my house down, going after my children. I mean, these are the scum of the earth.
And even if it's not a government job, by putting the word out there, by encouraging that, some psycho, some mentally unstable person, what they're hoping is will track us down and do their dirty work for them. And he needs to be held accountable. I would keep everybody informed on what's going on with the case here. And please go to markdice.com, get the press release that I have posted there. It has a link to his statements in there, and email it to all the major media institutions. Let's get this man fired.
Well, I want to say this to everybody out there. I got a Second Amendment right to defend myself and my family. And so I'm going to just put the warning out. When we go to events, we have off-duty police officers there. I've never told anybody that before. And I just want people to understand something. We have concealed carry permit people, and we are not going to put up people's crap. We will defend ourselves 110%. But the whole point is that they're crossing lines that they shouldn't be crossing, and my God, Michael Reagan has really, coming out saying you need to be murdered. He better hope and pray civilly, criminally, and also with retribution. There's a lot of unstable people that listen to this show. I mean, there are hundreds of thousands of hardcore special ops, retired vets, people in there, and they know, folks. Look, there's no doubt that what we need to put out is what this is. He solicited for capital murder. Mm-hmm. That is a highest level felony. I mean, that is considered murder. To solicit it, I believe under federal code and state law, you can even get death penalty for soliciting murder because it's considered almost a murder. Normally, you get life in prison for that. And he didn't say he was joking. He didn't qualify it, which would have been bad enough. It's a terroristic threat at the bare minimum. And then on that sliding scale, he solicited for murder, Mark. So he has solicited for murder to 4 million people and then offered monetary consideration. This is a serious felony. It's just all going to hell in a handbasket. These criminals are not going to stop, and he has committed a very serious crime. But hell, Michael Savage gets up and says anybody against the war needs to be put in a camp, a forced labor camp. Oh, that dirty beatnik from the 60s. I'm so sick of this trash. How these mainline conservatives can be fooled by him, God almighty. You're a bunch of scumbag bullies. The giant's rising. You may stop me or you may stop Mark Dice, but the ideas are bulletproof, you bastards. And you need to realize it's going to be Nazi Germany. You're going to go to the Nuremberg trials. And I'm sick of them saying they do this for America. They're destroying the country. Everybody knows it.
Michael Reagan said, if you got a problem with it, deal with it. So we're dealing with it.
Yeah, we're going to deal with him. He's going to get civilly sued, and he's probably going to go to prison. He has contracted for murder in front of everyone. Committed an incredible crime. We need injunctions now to stop further murder, calls for murder. The person that may try to murder Mark Dice or anybody else is going to be listening the next time he does it. This is a clear danger. He must be injuncted now from further crimes. Mark Dice, stay right there.